Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Dave, this is Taylor. Again, I've been supportive of Stefanski, but the man has completely abandoned running the ball, and it's become nothing but a side dish to passing. Just a few weeks ago, we ranked third in the NFL with our rushing attack. I don't want to hear the excuse about the box being stacked, because having Joe Flacco throw the ball nearly 45 times shows no balance at all. And the game wasn't out of reach. We were down by 1 point with like 9 minutes to go in the game. How can we keep the defense honest or capitalize on our rushing attack with 3 solid running backs? And I think that Ford and Strong should get more carries than Hunt. He's just not as quick or as fast as he used to be. Thanks for taking my call.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. All right, Scott, before we answer this, I want you to look at this, because this is one of the reasons why. Browns now are averaging 3.6 yards per run on first down first down rushing plays. 30th. Only 32 teams in the league. 30th in the NFL. Previous rates, 2022, 4.6 yards first down. That was 10th. 2021, 4.4. That was 9th. 2020, 5.4. That was first. 2019, 4.9. That was fourth. So I guess the answer to the caller's question is, why aren't they running the ball? Because by running the ball on first down, they're getting behind the chains with inexperienced quarterbacks, which is a recipe to turn the ball over, which is why they lead. Well, they have as many turnovers as anybody in the NFL, in a nutshell.
Yeah. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Dave. You can't play behind the chains with suspect quarterback play. And, so as much as people say, hey, just hand the ball off, take the pressure off DTR when he was quarterbacking. Well, if Jerome Ford gets stuffed for 1 or 2 yards, all of a sudden it's 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, and all the pressure is on DTR. How you take it off DTR is give him throws when the defense is worried about the run, which is 1st and 10, 2nd and short, right? 2nd and intermediate, when the defense has to pay attention to both run and pass. And that's why Stefanski calls the games the way he calls them. Now, if you're running for 5 yards a pop on first down, that's perfect. But if you're not, then it puts you in tough situations the rest of that series. And I really do think it is as simple as that. I don't think Stefanski hates to run the ball. I know he doesn't. It just hasn't been as easy. No, obviously, without Nick Chubb. You had injury to Jack Conklin, who might be your best run blocker. Jed Wills is out now, which I would think hurts the run game as well. And, the guy says doesn't want to hear about stacked boxes. That's a reality. It's tougher to run in stacked boxes when defenses don't fear your quarterback.
Yeah, and Nick Chubb erased the stack boxes. He was really good running. Drumford, and he's been just fine. He's not Nick Chubb. Relative to Kareem Hunt, they use him near goal lines because he's a guy that can get yards when there are people in the middle of it. He's probably the toughest inside runner they have, which is why they keep him in for goal lines mostly.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He's a dirty runner, right? It's the short yardage. He's a guy, goal line short yardage. But, he doesn't have the same explosion that Jerome Ford does, right? And you'd like Ford to be the guy because he can, he's strong enough. He can stick his nose in the middle, but he can also bounce outside. He can make a guy miss and go. And Hunt doesn't have that anymore. Strong's got a little bit of that. He's not as strong as Jerome Ford. So they're kind of figuring out a way to use these 3 backs. But it's just a grind. It's going to be a grind without Nick Chubb and without some of your pieces up front.